Hi guys, and welcome to episode 18 of How to Terraria. I'm the One Hardcore Gamer, posting on behalf of Outbound Projects, and welcome to this Let's Play tutorial pretty much. So in the previous episodes we've managed to beat pretty much every boss there is so far, all the way up until Skeleton Prime. So since we've entered hard mode, we've defeated the twins and we have also defeated the Destroyer. So we now have two different soul types, including the ones you can get naturally. So now we're going to look at defeating our third boss, which is Skeleton Prime. Skeleton Prime is particularly difficult. He's very, very powerful and his attacks are quite vicious. So, in this video we're going to talk a little bit about tactics, and we're also going to look at some of the weapons and things that I'm going to do to beat him. So we're going to load the game up, and we were playing in as Akira in Green Hill Zone still. And we're starting up in my Sky Island with our wizard. Hello Mr. Wizard. So first thing we're going to do is we are going to spawn in Slippy. Hey Slippy, how's it going? He seems fine, I think. So in order to summon in the Destroyer, summon in the Skeleton Prime, we have to get certain ingredients. Those being, we need 5 iron bars, which I've already got. We also need 3 souls of light and 3 souls of night. And if you're not sure where they come from, if you check out some of my previous videos, I think it's episode number 15 or 16, we'll be absolutely fine because you'll be able to see where they come from there. If not, you just need to check out specific biomes in certain areas and you can get them quite easily there. So in conjunction with all those, we also need 30 bones in order to make the mechanical skull. As you can see, we have 13 already, but we are short a couple. So the first thing we need to do is head off to the dungeon at the end of the world and kill some of the enemies inside there and collect the bones, basically. You might have noticed that between episodes I have managed to grow myself a pair of bat wings. That happened quite simply. We had a solar eclipse, which is quite a rare occurrence in Terraria, but it does happen quite often. And during a solar eclipse there is a very specific sets of enemies that appear, ones that you won't see anywhere else, and they drop a few different items which are unique to that scenario. One of them being a set of broken bat wings, and you also get something called a broken hero sword and a few other bits and bats. The broken hero sword is important if you want to make some of the more powerful weapons in the game, because it's actually required to make some of the most powerful swords that there are, and they're dropped quite frequently. I think I picked up about 3 in one solar eclipse during that. Unfortunately, there's no real way to spawn a solar eclipse. It's just basically a case of playing the waiting game. But it will happen eventually. It's an inevitability. The other thing you need to combine with the broken bat wings to make a working set is souls of flight. Now they're obtained very easily. All you need to do is head up into the sky area. If you've got a sky runway like me, if you just linger about up there long enough, some of the enemies will show up. And you'll be attacked by wyverns, they're called, which are these giant, long, skinny dragon things. And they swoop down from the sky and try to kill you, but thankfully they aren't particularly tough to beat. And they will drop souls of flight. So if you combine those with the souls of night, you can make all kinds of winged weapons, winged armour and stuff. So I chose to use the bat ones, but you can also use pixie wings and things like that. But you do need the souls of flight in order to actually get them to work. So that's how we got our bat wings. So don't worry if a solar eclipse hasn't happened, because it will. It's just, like I say, it's just a case of waiting, but it will inevitably happen at some point. So I'm just basically lingering around here for skeletons to spawn so I can kill them and take the bones. So far I have 19 and I need 30, I think it is. But luckily each one drops a couple normally, so it's not the end of the world. Right, I've just been cursed, so I can't actually fire anything just yet, except the mini shark. He dropped a golden key, but they're not much use to us anymore. So I need 2 more bones, and then we can use our magic mirror to head back home. And that should be it. Yep, 31, so now we can zip our way back. Took some damage there. And yeah, unfortunately we can't actually go and summon in the Skeleton Prime just yet because it's daytime. So I'm just going to take the equipment that I've got stored away here and go and make it. So we need 3 souls of night, 3 souls of light, and 5 iron bars, along with our 30 bones, and that should be enough at the mithril crafting table to make our mechanical skull, which is... Oh no, I picked up the wrong souls. I need souls of night, and I think I picked something else up. I picked up Souls of Might. Quite easy to confuse when they're only slightly different shade of blue. So that should be it. Yeah, so we now have our mechanical skull. So we have everything that we actually need to summon in the Skeleton Prime and take him out quite easily. So between now and then, I said in the last episode we were going to take a look at some of our statues, as you can see here. Now, in order to use statues, you need to wire them up using a few different things. So I'm going to need a wrench, which you use to place wire. Don't need that spare bone. And I'm also going to probably take the wire as well, because I might need it. And yeah, so you'll notice that when you switch to these weapons, you can actually see what's connected up. So at the minute, we've got a switch on the floor there, which is connected to that statue and that one. Unfortunately, those statues are actually decorative ones, and they don't actually do anything, so that's not too fun, really. Yeah, so some of the statues do absolutely nothing, and some of them actually summon in things. So I'm going to get rid of this wiring using the, whatchamacallits, what are they bloody called now? Wire cutters. You obtain all this stuff through the mechanic, by the way, who at this point you should have maybe one or two of. And I'm going to wire up, we'll wire up this chest and see what that does. So, if you're like me, you would assume that that would spawn in something quite like a chest, which may contain weapons or items or anything like that, but nope. Unfortunately, 9 times out of 10, it spawns a mimic. Mimics are actually quite powerful as well. Luckily, the Golden Shower does it a lot of damage, so it's not the end of the world. And you can respawn that mimic every couple of seconds, and that's basically it. So that's what the mimic statue does. So there is quite a few of the statues that spawn in enemies. However, I'm just going to quickly get rid of that, and I'm going to stick it somewhere else. We'll stick that down here for now. So yeah, some of the other statues do spawn in other enemies, slimes, hornets, things like that. But there are some statues that are very, very helpful for you. For example, if we take this potion one, I think the potion one works, we'll soon find out anyway. And we go and stick that where the other one was, because the wiring will still be there. It's just, I think it was just about there, we'll just double check. Yep, so that's wired up, and then we flick the switch. Nope, I think that's a decorative one. Unfortunately, that doesn't do anything. But usually, I would have thought it would have spawned a portion of some description in. Around the world, you can actually find some of these that relate to things that are usable. For example, you can find heart ones. Unfortunately, they're quite rare, and I haven't actually found any. And you can also find star ones, which again are quite rare, and I haven't actually found any. And you can set them up around battle arenas and things like that, and you can quickly run over to them when you're taking damage and flick them, pick up some health or some mana, and then disappear again. I think you can use them every 10 seconds, so you don't have to wait a massive amount of time. And yep, so they're particularly useful. I'm not sure if the slime one works, so we'll give it a go and find out. I don't think it does, if I'm completely honest. Oh, it does, there you go. So that spawns as a blue slime. Hello, Mr. Blue Slime. Unfortunately, the blue slime will attack us, and he will drop gel. So basically, if I run out of torches, I now have pretty much a never-ending supply. So that's what that one does. Just looking at some of the others now, I'm pretty sure that none of these actually do anything. But we'll give that... Oh, no, I didn't want to take the chair. I was just about to say we'll give that one a go anyway, just to see. So we'll want to pick that up. As I say, I don't think it does a thing, but we'll soon find out. So we're just going to swap out these now. Pick that one up and activate. That does absolutely nothing. So you do find that quite often. A lot of them are just there for decorative use, and they come in handy because you can actually stick them in certain rooms. So if you've got a room that's full of chests full of armor, then you could put the symbol of the shield on it. Just an example. Or weapons, you could use the bomb. Now the bomb one actually does work if that's the bomb one. I can't actually tell because it's quite bright in here. So if I actually wire that up, it should spawn as a bomb, and it should be a non-activated bomb, meaning it's not going to explode and take out half of my world. So yeah, that spawns us one bomb, and that saves us buying them from the vendor. So as you can see, there's a 10-second cooldown here, so in about 10 seconds time we should be able to spawn another one. There we go. And you can collect as many of those as you need, but we don't actually need them right now. Anyway, so I'm going to stick all our stuff back in the chest here, because I don't particularly need it right now. And I'm going to go and stick that banner up because it's just taking up space in there. So we're going to stick it up in here. Because I think, yeah, I was going to say there's a level up here that doesn't actually have one. So, now that it's pretty much night time, we're going to head down our elevator because we're going to actually fight Skeleton Prime down on the Hell Runway, which is the best place to do it because you need quite a lot of room to run about and basically not get caught out. So down we go. So while we're on our way down, I'm just going to set a couple of things. I'm going to put our greater healing potion up top. We have a mithril anvil at the bottom, and we're going to be using the Mega Shark. Which, if you're not sure about, if you check out the previous episode, you'll find out all about that. I have got a bit of a cough at the minute, so I do apologise. And we're also going to be using our Golden Shower because we're going to employ the same tactic as we did for the Destroyer and the Twins. We're basically going to douse them in Ichor to lower their defences and absolutely pummel them with crystal bullets from the Mega Shark. Again, if you're not too sure about any of that, if you check out the previous video, you'll be able to find out more about it and how to make it and that sort of thing. So we're going to go ahead and save our game, and we're going to summon in the Destroyer. Sorry, the Skeleton Prime. Now the tactic I'm going to use for killing this guy is I want to take out just 2 of his arms. There is 4, and each one has a different weapon on it, but for now I just want to get rid of 2 of them. That way it leaves his head exposed, because unfortunately the one-hit kill attack that he actually does in his first form, which is on normal mode, where he does his spinning head smash attack thing that kills you in one shot, he actually still does that, and he will do that and he will kill you quite easily using that. And so just took a lot of damage I didn't actually want to there. So yeah, we need to get him down to 2 arms, but if we get him down to none, he will do that and he will kill me in one shot, which is really not what I'm going for, as you can imagine. So again, it's just a case of keeping a good distance, showering him in Ichor, or however you want to pronounce that, avoiding his arm attacks and his laser attacks and that sort of thing, and just keep on running basically. And eventually he'll do that thing where he just sticks his arm out at you and he leaves himself open for taking lots and lots of hits. So you might not be able to see, but actually off screen there I probably was hitting him. I can't actually tell because I can't hear anything. Unfortunately, when I do these videos I have to turn the volume right down, otherwise I can't actually hear what's going on. Thank you, Fire Imp, for getting in the way. So we're almost out of cooldown time for our weapon, for our magic, so we can use some health because he's doing quite a bit of damage to me here. But as you can see, one of his arms is nearly been broke off anyway, and that is 1 down. After that, we only need 1 more. I don't know why I've just been kicked off Xbox Live, but I have. Yep. So again, it's literally just a case of trying to focus on just that 1 arm at a time. And that should be that one gone, I would have thought. Yep, that's 1 down. I'm going to use a potion because I've just realised I've took a load of damage. I'm not too concerned with his laser attacking arm, but what I do want to get rid of, preferably, is that claw, because he swings it around and he does tend to get me quite often with it. So I really want to get rid of that one next. So again, we're showing him with Ichor, which turns him a golden colour, which tells us that his defence is down. So that is a good time to start attacking these body parts of his. Just like that. Yep, so he's took a load of damage there, that's good. Once we've got rid of that second arm, we can then start attacking the head. As I say, the best thing to do is make sure that he still has 2 arms left, because it is quite easy to accidentally destroy one when you're aiming for his head. But we really don't want to do that. We need him to have at least 2 arms to avoid us getting killed with his one-hit spinning head smash attack thing. Problem is right now is I'm really struggling to see because it's very bright in here. Oh bloody hell, I don't need any help from anyone else, thank you. So yep, just like I say, it's just a case of trying to avoid everything. So we're avoiding taking damage at all costs. So unlike the Twins boss fight where you just keep running away basically, the best tactic to employ is to keep moving left to right, because he will swoop over the top and he will try and come down on top of you, which he's probably just about to do. Yep, there he is. So just want to desperately get rid of that claw. Unfortunately, he does wave it about quite a bit, so it is a bit of a pain. But it should be pretty much gone now anyway. So he says anyway. Yep, come on claw, you can't have that much power left, surely. So he's still glowing gold, which is good, so he's taking more damage than he would do normally. And as I said before, we are sticking to our crystal bullets because they shatter on impact and do vast amount more damage. So I think I've actually managed to get rid of that. I didn't see it break off or anything, but I can't see it anymore, so now it's time to start attacking Skeleton Prime himself. So we're going to aim at his head to shower him again. Unfortunately, his head will regen back to normal quicker than his other body parts. So it is good. It's a good idea to get off as many hits as you can while he's still glowing. Of course, the actual skull part itself is a lot more powerful than the rest of him, so it's a good idea to keep showering him just like that. You might have noticed that it wore off. Didn't realise I was actually being shot by an ichor then, and I've got enough to take another potion anyway, so it's not the end of the world. Oh, you sod off! So yeah, it doesn't help that I'm being attacked by other things as well. That really doesn't help anything. Where have you gone? I'm guessing he's above me. Yep, there he is. So yeah, while he's above me, it's good because as long as you keep moving, he can't actually get you until he does his spinning attack. So it's a case of avoiding his laser attack and just pouring on the damage now. So it looks as though he's about half dead. Going to show him with ichor again just to make sure. And keep on attacking. Christ, he got me a few times there with his laser attack. That's not good. But not the end of the world either, because I can take another potion in about 10 seconds. No, I don't want to be attacking the laser arm. So there's no real pattern to what I'm doing here. I'm literally just sweeping left to right, just trying to avoid laser attacks and all kinds of other things. So it's a good idea to go into this fight very well prepared, otherwise you'd be prepared to take damage basically. So yeah, I did need an awful lot of crystal bullets. As you can see, I've pretty much run out. I've only got 300 left, but he can't have... he's not got that much left on him, so I'm hoping I've got enough. And if not, I can always shower him in ichor while we're running low. Because we've got never-ending sources of that. That'll keep regenerating quite quick because of the loadout I've got set up. So yeah, while he's doing his swirly heady thing, it's time to get off lots and lots of hits on him. And switch to ichor again, or ichor. I'd love to know how you're actually supposed to pronounce that, but I'm just going to say ichor or ichor or whatever. As long as you guys know what I'm talking about, that's all that matters. So again, while he's off screen, we're going to switch to that. And if you do some jumps, you can actually see where he is. But he should be pretty much dead now. I think he should probably die. Yep, there we go. And that is the end of Skeleton Prime. And he drops a very, very important bit of kit, an item called Souls of Fright. Now with the Souls of Fright, you can make a potentially very, very helpful piece of equipment, which is called... I'm going to go and show you now. It is in here, and it's a type of saw, I believe it is, or something that looks like that, called Drax. Now in order to make that, we need hallowed bears, which he did actually drop. One Soul of Fright dropped by Skeleton Prime, one Soul of Might dropped by the Destroyer, and one Soul of Sight dropped by the Twins. So now that you've got all three of them, you can actually make Drax, which is it's a machine. I've actually got one made down here, so I'm not going to waste any of my souls doing it. And this is Drax. Drax can be used as a sword, as a saw for chopping down trees and things, as well as mining other materials and ores and all that sort of stuff. So I'm going to put all my spare souls and things like that back in the box here, because they will come in handy at some point. I've got Ichor as well. I don't think... The only time that's going to come in handy at all is if I want to make some Ichor or Ichor bullets. But unfortunately, I'm quite happy with the crystal ones because they do a lot of damage. I'm going to put that back there because it looks dead empty, that space now. Oh, and finally I'm going to stick the hallowed bears back in as well because I'm not going to be using them. Got an awful lot of hallowed bears now. We've got 2 full stacks and 10 left over. So the next thing we're going to look at doing is killing Plantera, and Plantera is an absolute pain in the ass. I always have trouble killing her, or him, or whatever. It's basically a giant plant, but it has a few little rage modes where he'll basically bum rush you. And when he does, the amount of damage you take is just insane. He can kill you pretty much straight away. It's not a one-hit kill, but it might as well be. So in preparation for that, I've already built myself, or started to build a bit of an arena down in the jungle here. So we're going to look at what you need to do to spawn her in, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how we're going to do it, but I'm not going to do it until the next episode. So this purple flashing bulby thing here, that will actually spawn once you've taken out one of the mechanical bosses. Not 3 of them, just one will make it spawn. You can just about see it on the map there, and there is usually more than one. So it's a slightly different tone of pink to the rest. I don't know if you can see it, but there it is. And all you have to do is basically destroy that, and that will summon her in. So the arena I've built, if you take her above ground, unfortunately she'll go absolutely ballistic and kill you almost instantly, so you can't do that, it's not really an option. So I've built a bit of an arena here. Basically all I've done is mined out some of the other area and made some flat surfaces and things like that, and you might have noticed that I've dotted around campfires everywhere. Now the reason I've dotted those campfires around is because they activate a buff in our buff menu. There it is. So it makes that your life regeneration rate actually increases a little bit, so it makes it easier to start getting your health back even though you're taking damage and moving around. So the reason we've come over here now is because we're going to be mining a specific type of material, because we're going to make some new armour now. I think the titanium, we've used that long enough. And we're going to start to mine this stuff called chlorophyte. Now chlorophyte, you need a very, very powerful axe or weapon to actually mine this stuff. So our mithril drill that we were using before, unfortunately, isn't anywhere near powerful enough to actually get it. In order to mine this stuff, you need a pickaxe that's capable of mining stuff with 200% pickaxe power. So Drax, which we are now using, which we're now able to mine to create now that we've got all the right materials, is more than capable of doing that. So we're basically just going to mine out some of this stuff, and we're going to go and take a look at what this sort of ore can make in the crafting menu, and that should see us out of this episode, I think. So I'm just going to get this last little deposit here. I think that's pretty much everything, and I'm going to quickly warp us out of here and back to Casa de Ben. Ah, thank God for that. Unfortunately, the jungle in herd mode is a bit of a pain in the bone because stuff constantly spawns there and you take a lot of damage. Now, in order to craft this stuff, we have to use the titanium forge. And we should be able to do it now. Yep, so we now have 6 chlorophyte bars. So we're going to have a quick word with the guide and look at some of the things we can make with our new material. So he's going to show us that we can make quite a lot of the more powerful weapons. The Spectre Hamax, Chlorophyte Warhammer, Chlorophyte Chainsaw, Great Axe, which does 80 damage, that's quite powerful. The Chlorophyte Drill, which unfortunately isn't much better than Drax, so we're not going to bother with that. Pickaxes at this stage in the game are pretty much useless, so we're not going to use them either. The extra material you'll need there is ectoplasm, but we'll talk about that at a later date. See if there was anything else. But more importantly, what I do want to be making, a few more things. Chlorophyte bullets, shot bow, arrows, claymore is like a giant sweeping great axe, great sword sort of thing. But more importantly, what I want to be making is the armour that you can actually make out of that. So the greaves will offer us 13 defence, or we can actually combine them with a turtle shell to make turtle leggings, which is what I actually want to make, because 17 defence is much higher than our 11 that we have for our titanium. The turtle scale mail offers 27, which is a little bit better than the 15 that we get from our titanium. And finally, the headgear, if I can find the right one, there you go. Chlorophyte mask offers 25 defence, which is only a little bit better than our titanium, but it will take us up to about 65. Which will mean that we're pretty much got the best sort of defence that we can get, and we are pretty much ready for our really epic fight with Plantera, which we should be bringing you in the next episode, considering we're pretty much set up to do it. So I'm going to leave you here, guys. So from myself, the A1 Hardcore Gamer, and Slippy the Slime, big help as ever there, Slippy, and our guide who says, I'm here to give you advice on what to do next. It's recommended that you talk with me anytime you get stuck. Well, thank you for that very much. It's good to know that you're here for us when we need you, but I think we'll be okay. So we'll see you in the next episode, guys, where we're going to go and take on Plantera. Thanks for staying tuned to the channel. Feel free to hit that subscribe button, or any questions or anything you want to say, go ahead and stick them in the comment section below. That's what it's there for. and I will see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.